Hello,
Hey,
everybody. How are you doing?
Hi.
hey, hello,
We've got
hi.
a special show today because tomorrow is International Women's Day. So our show today is just dedicated to International Women's Day and the event that we are putting on Saturday. So, hello to my co-hosts. How are you doing, Nico?
Oh, it's all good, thanks, all good. Very excited, very excited.
Good. And co-host, director, IT wizard,
Producer.
baker, I don't know, so many other things. How are you doing, Shelley?
I'm good, thank you. I've just got in from doing the dog walk, so don't be surprised if my nose goes sort of a different shades of red and purple as it warms back up again.
It's a little bit chilly out there, isn't it?
It is a tad
That's,
chilly, yes.
that's putting it mildly.
Oh, really? I haven't been
Yes.
outside yet, so I'm just presuming.
Oh dear, lucky you, lucky you.
So tomorrow is International Women's Day, a day
Ooh.
that's there to do what? What do you see International Women's Day as? Either of you, Nikkei, Shelley?
For me, it's a celebration of how far, well, not just the world, but how far women have come, and the potential of them to go even further. And yeah, and that's on a big level. On an everyday level, it's just a way to to celebrate our sisters. That's
Fantastic.
how I see it. Yeah.
Shelley?
Yeah, I think the same. Yeah, I mean, I think it's these international days of whatever it happens to be, and this one happens to be International Women's Day. It's to highlight certain things to do with that, and it gives you the excuse, I suppose, to make it all about that for one day when it should be a natural thing that you're doing all the time. But
Yeah.
to celebrate the women around you, and to celebrate all the different things that we can do, and you just prove that to the generation that's coming up behind us of the generation that's come before us.
Yeah.
Exactly. It is. It's all about taking that opportunity. Like you said, it's to celebrate each other as women,
Yeah.
what we do, what we can do, what we are going to do, what we share with everybody, and also empowering other women to do those things if they would like to give them that voice,
Yeah.
I think, as well. Because there's a lot of women out there still that don't have that voice, that opportunity. And it's about giving them that as well.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So, what are we doing? As Simply Deez Events CIC, what are we doing? Because obviously we would be doing something.
Oh yes, and I've forgotten just how many years this has been that Deez has been doing it before we became the CIC. But every year we always celebrate International
Yeah.
Women's Day with an event. Even when we were in lockdown, we did it. We just then went online.
Yeah.
We did it that way. But we have got our event, and we started to get a little bit new this year.
Yeah.
We've gone to, so you can hear my dog playing with his ball in the background. Sorry. That we're going to a new venue this year, being the LUTON Hat Factory. So anyone that doesn't know where the Hat Factory is, if you're ever in the town centre and you're near the train station and what used to be the old bus station, which is now a car park, and you see a mural on the wall, that is the LUTON Hat Factory. That used to be our
Oh,
hat factory.
so that car park used to be the bus station.
Used to be the big bus
Yes.
station, Butte Street car park, which is all flat,
Yes.
which they're trying to put planning permission through for something else, but we won't go into that there. But yeah, that used to be the bus station next to the train station.
It was huge. That obviously the length of that car park, but it was cold and dark and grey.
Because you then had a like you had your parking above.
Yeah.
So what was it? Something like 30 to 40 stands that the buses could sit on, because you had all the national coaches going into there, as well as all like the town buses and stuff as well.
Oh, wow.
And the worst toilets ever.
Oh.
Oh dear! Wow, that's amazing.
But yes, that used to be the bus station. So we're at the Hat Factory. As Shelley says, this is a new place for us for International Women's Day. So that's going to be quite exciting. And we have got speakers, we've got exhibitionists, we've got a swishing event. You're smiling, Nikki.
Oh, what's the swishing event?
Do you want to explain what the swish is now?
I think you might need to. Yes, that might be a good idea. What's the swishing event?
So the swish is you get quite a lot of them across London. That's where the first times I've seen it over the past couple of years. You bring your nearly new items, whether that be clothing or accessories. You bring it along, and for everything, because we're going to check it out to make sure that it's decent stuff that we're talking about. You bring it along, you get a raffle ticket or a ticket, and for every item that you bring, you can then take something away with you. So if everyone to turn up was to bring 2 or 3 items, you've then got something you can then do a swap with.
Okay. I see. Yeah. Oh, right. I didn't realize it had a name. Yeah.
A shop swap.
Like a swap shop.
Yeah. They call it Swish.
Okay, cool.
So we've got a charity that's called Courtney Foundation that actually collect clothing for women for if they want to go back into work. They need a new bit of a wardrobe for interviews and things like that, and do other things around that. But what we said that we will then do is for any of the clothes that are then not swapped then over, we'll then donate those into the Courtney Foundation. So they've then got them kind of things there, which is why we say it needs to be. It can't be just like your old pair of jeans. You're gonna. Oh yeah. If it's something that you would normally go into a charity shop with, that's a decent, then yes.
So there you go. That's the swishing event that's going to be going on at the same time.
And as Deez said, you're not paying for anything. This is like you bring in something, you can take something away.
Yeah.
And we've all got something in our wardrobe that's still sat in our wardrobe that is in really good condition.
But we don't wear.
Holding on to it just in case, and the just in case doesn't come, but it's still there. Bring that down. You know, that's something that somebody else could then use. No money's exchanging at all. It's literally you're swapping it for something else. And then obviously, like Shelley said, whatever is then left is then going to go to the Courtney Foundation, which is absolutely brilliant. We've got another group of ladies coming down, and their organisation that they've got in place is about period poverty.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So what they do is they try to supply as much as they can a everything that you need for a woman who's got their period, who cannot afford to go and buy sanitary products. And we're in the year 2023, and that is still a thing.
Yeah.
It's a thing that there are women out there, girls out there who can't afford to purchase their sanitary products. So this organisation will be collecting as much as they can, and they will be giving those out to, you know, people that they support. So again, if you're coming down, just bring pack of pads, pack of tampons, anything like that. Just bring a little bit down with you so that we can then give them to those as well. I know that they're trying to introduce things like that within schools and stuff like that, because actually it's just really, if you can't afford to eat and put your electric and your gas on, how you're not going to be able to afford your sanitary products. And that's something that happens every single month.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really important to acknowledge that there are struggles out there anyway, and support wherever we can. So that's something else that we're going to be doing on Saturday as well. So what else have we got there, Shelley?
Oh, so my little bit. I had an idea that as we're now the other side of COVID and we're starting to get more out and about, we might have forgotten, or we might have just don't realise that things have been set up, or our circumstances themselves might have changed. So all throughout the event, we'll have like a mini networking event going on. So we're inviting anyone that's got like a women's charity or project, or part of their project is to do with women. And we're inviting the women of Luton, obviously, because they're coming along to our event, to talk about how, as a woman, you feel in Luton now. And the other side of that is, what would you like to see? Is there a project that you think that we should be concentrating on? Is there something that's then missing? Or is there something that perhaps you think is missing, and you then find out actually there's someone that's been doing this all along and we haven't actually heard about them? So there's two different questions. So it's, how do you feel as a woman in Luton now? So whether you're working here or whether you're living here. The other question then being, what would you like to see? What would you like Luton to become? Is there a particular project you would like? Also, as part of that, going to have like a question and answer kind of thing. So I don't know whether anyone out there has actually used Slido before. It's something that a few companies have had that when you're doing conferences and stuff, you can do it on your phone. Don't panic, but I will have printouts, and then you can write them, and then I can put them into the screen itself. But if you had a question, there might be someone there that could answer, or we store it for later and we actually find out the answers for you. Now, it might be stuff none of us could actually answer, but it's a question that actually needs to be answered by someone, so we can get that fed out to whoever needs to. But hopefully we'll get quite a lot of different, as I said, charities and projects that could be there at the time, that you might find that, right, okay, I'm not particularly great at sort of like the kids have now gone back into school, and I've now lost that kind of contact all the time, and I've got some spare time. It could be that you want to get back into work in a different way, and there's all these different projects and stuff in Luton that I don't think get promoted enough. So just have this mini network meeting, and we don't know what comes from it. We might find that actually that's what the women of Luton need is once a quarter a women's network of anyone and everyone just getting together and trying to work out where the holes are, and where we can help each other.
Are you going to set that up?
Yes. Yes. So with this Slido thing, what you'll find is that as you're putting the information on, hopefully we can get it out on the big screen, or anyone can actually then see it, but put it out on the big screen while we're there, and you can actually see the different suggestions that people are having during the time. And that could be part of what the discussions are, that if you've sat with someone from a charity that you didn't actually know existed, and finding that actually I can get into doing. I mean, like for instance, with the girls that are doing the period poverty, they do like the sewing thing. Now, it's not necessarily just open to women, but it's all women that go. If you want to get back into your sewing, do you know that there's a sewing club there open for you that will actually help you with your sewing machine or patterns and bits and pieces? So yeah, all those kind of discussions and stuff that are then going on. So like a mini networking meeting that's going on all the time that you can just drop in and out of.
As Dee said, it's interactive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sounds good.
And
you're not being talked to, which I've been to a couple of things, and it is that you're kind of talked to, and does it really go anywhere? If you've managed to then say your piece, does it actually get heard by the people that need it heard?
And a lot of people think that, don't they? You know, over the years, people have gone to different forums and things like that, and they say what they want to happen, and then they don't see it. And it very much feels like it just falls on deaf ears, really. Whereas, you know, the whole point of this is to find out what women would like and what can then be put in place. So
Yeah.
come and have your say. Come and tell us what you want. Come and have a look at the event. Come and see the fabulous speakers that we've got, as usual. There's always fabulous.
Yeah.
Always.
I was going to say that. I said, even if you don't participate in anything else, that is always the speakers. There's always something to be gained from them. Even if it's just a little bit of inspiration or some information that other people might need as well, that not at the event for whatever reason. Yeah, it's not to be missed.
So they need to get your tickets.
Yes.
Get your tickets, peeps.
I was just trying to get the link to work. He didn't want to copy and paste while I was talking into the StreamYard. Give me 2 seconds and I'll make sure that it's actually then in the...
So tickets are on Eventbrite.
Yep.
£5 a ticket plus the booking fee. Once those tickets are gone, then you won't be able to get into the event without a ticket. So get your tickets in advance. Share with your friends and your family, and it's for everybody. So it's International Women's Day event. That does not mean that men can't come, you know. So I've got a friend who I've known since I was very little, love him to bits, the lovely Carl, who keeps telling me that this is a sexist event. And I keep going back with, it's not. And we have International Men's Day in November as well. We do both.
Yeah.
And I have invited him, Carl, Raj, I have invited him down, told him to get a ticket. Men can come. You know, this is not an event where you cannot have any men in there, because actually we need to have men there as well.
Yeah.
To support women and for us women to support the men. So it's an event that's open to everybody. It's called International Women's Day, but the men are still invited. So get your tickets on Eventbrite, and we want to see you there on Saturday. Really do. It's going to be absolutely awesome. And the fact that it's in a different venue as well is kind of going to give it a little bit of a,
different vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It will be a different vibe.
So those who have been before, who are going to expect to see exactly the same, it's going to be different. It's going to be different. So you need to kind of get yourself down there and come and join us.
Yeah.
What would you say to them out there, Nikkei?
Well, it's what you said. Come and join. You'll be surprised. I mean, obviously, it's different strokes for different folks, isn't it? So the reason why I enjoy going is I love listening to the speakers. Even when I've had stalls there sometimes, I've not even been minding my stall because I'm more interested in what the people have got to say. And even just on a basic human level, you get to meet people that you otherwise wouldn't meet. So, and there's food and stuff. I believe, at least there have been other events that you can purchase and stuff your face with. And
she's not looking at us while she's talking.
No.
We're shaking our heads.
This time, because it's the Hat Factory, you'll have the sandwiches and bits and pieces the Hat Factory do, but we have the bar.
Oh, wow. You see, this is the thing. It's always something new. I didn't even take that into consideration. The point I was just making is that even just from a, honestly saying that, just from a human level, to get to see people, meet people, because you never know what's going to come from it. And sometimes some of these speakers, they can evoke things in you that you didn't even know was present.
No.
And, and it could compel you to do something that you didn't even know you wanted to do, and you're going to get so much joy and fulfillment going forward. So, yeah, I would say get your ticket, come down, enjoy. And besides,
Go on,
I
Shelley.
was just going to say, you say about getting tickets. There might be tickets available on the door. There might, but you have to run that risk. But you will still be actually purchasing those tickets through Eventbrite. So don't think that you're just going to come down, pay $5 and walk through. You really need, we need everyone, because it's in where we are, and we're a closed door event. We actually need you registered on Eventbrite to show that you're actually there. So that's the reason why that we're then saying, buy your ticket now. You might run the risk of not having a ticket later, but you're still going to be buying it on Eventbrite.
Yeah.
And it's like Dee said, so what are you going to see when you get down there? You're going to see information. You're going to see real women's real lives. It's about women sharing and letting you know what's going on in their life, what you can access, everything that's out there. So it's real women, it's real lives. There's also going to be young people down there as well who will also be sharing. We've got an event coming up further on in the year, a young people's event. My daughter's going to be there on Saturday sharing about the young people's event. We've got all walks of life there, haven't we? Like Nico said, how do you say it? Different strokes for different folks.
Different strokes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. There's always going to be something there that somebody is going to enjoy. Or a piece of information that somebody's going to get, and then that may then transform their life. We have seen that has happened. So it's not just an event, it's about sharing. So you need to get down there.
Yeah, I think that's the kind of joy that we do as Simply Deez events. It's, as Dee always calls it, Saturday soup.
Yeah.
And if you know Saturday soup, you know Saturday soup. But it's we always fully inclusive of everything. When it's never, there are some things out there that are just, International Women's Day will be just for the women, or the Men's Day is just for the men, and we've never been like that. And with all our events, because we're open to anyone and everyone, you do get that full proper mix, which is what you actually need. You need the village, you need the youngsters, you need the elders. And it all has to work together, and learning from one another and talking to one another. And everything that we ever do with our actual events is always just open space and let its own magic happen, which does actually happen.
That's
and
it.
It is a magic. It is because you've got the real mix of different people.
Yeah.
And it can only ever work. It can only ever work like that.
Yeah. And that is it. That like Dee says, that's 100%. That is it in a nutshell. It is that mix of young and slightly older, and then slightly older. It's the mix of the different things that people are doing, you know. So we've got Directional CIC coming, and they've been to a few of our events, and they are doing some real fabulous work with young people, you know, and it's about them coming down and sharing what it is that they then do. We've got Kristen Smith. So she's a singer. Did she do acting as well?
I think she's done a bit of acting as well.
I think she's done a bit of acting as well.
Sure,
yeah. So she now lives up north, but comes from Luton, and has her own journey to share. And she was on the Real Talk show and just kind of blew us all away. So she's coming down to be there, and she's going to talk about her journey as well. Deez put that the young have a voice, and the young people do have a voice, and we want to make sure, as along with other organisations, that the young people do have a voice. We've got Manisha, which is one of our group, or the daughter of one of our group. A journey, a real lived experience, a real journey to share. And the lovely Lily,
who's another daughter. Yeah, another daughter.
Oh.
Another daughter.
That's nice. We've not seen Lily for a while. That would be great.
Yeah, who's also got a journey to share. So it's about giving people that platform, giving them that space so that they can share with us, because there's always going to be one person within that room who needs to hear that, and that's what's important, you know. And we're there the same as we will do for International Men's Day. It's about giving women that platform and just coming together, just literally coming together. It's really important, isn't it, for us all to be working together, looking after each other. Yeah,
because you don't know what someone's gone through or going through, or can help you with, because quite often you don't have those kind of conversations all the time. Even if it's your job, sometimes you don't have those kind of conversations. So it is something that you hear it from someone else, or quite often it's not you. You'll hear a story, and then you'll say, that is just like my niece. And can see like it'll open up that conversation between you and that person, bit further down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's you just don't know, and different people go through things in different ways. Until you actually have those conversations and you have that space to be able to have that conversation.
Yeah.
Then you can actually then really make a difference.
Yeah. And as I said, making a difference to celebrate the highs and lows. And it doesn't matter whether you are in that low, as women, that we're there to help you come out of that low, to raise you up. If you're in the high, it's about sharing that and also letting people know how you got there as well. So yes, we're celebrating the highs and the lows because both of them have an impact on where you are. So 11th of March, Saturday, 12 till 5, International Women's Day at the Hat Factory. As we said right at the beginning, there's a car park right next to the Hat Factory. So it's not hard to find. You can go into town after or before, whichever. Pop in, come and say hello, come and see what we're doing. Bring your sanitary products. Pop in and bring a dress for someone's interview, and then have a look around at the same time.
Yeah, some of the exhibitors and the speakers and bits and pieces are actually going to be on Deez show tonight.
Yes.
So the real talk show is all about International Women's Day. Bit about the general stuff, but more so like everything that's going to go on the event. We've also then got our community Zoom this week as well. It's been busy this week on Thursday. Whether we've just had enough of International Women's Day by that, I don't know. But yeah, so our Life in the Lockdown is then on Thursday. Links as usual. Go and have a look in the on our pages or on Linktree to register for the Zoom, for the community Zoom. But Nikki's gone.
Nikki's just disappeared.
Happened?
Disappeared.
The screen's just gone off.
So there's
somebody rang.
How very dare they?
Exactly.
They know what you're doing on Tuesday lunchtime.
Oh, I get tired of them, and exactly, and this person does know, so I just thought, nah, not up for that.
So Life in a Lockdown community Zoom on Thursday, 7 till 9. Drop in. You don't have to stay the whole time. Just come in and say hello. Just, pop in and see what's going on, see what we're talking about, see who's there. That's all you need to do.
Really laid back. Half the time, half of them would be with the camera off and then eating your dinner. So you're just listening to us.
Yeah.
But it's just that it's not like an actual meeting. It is just a gathering.
Yeah.
Gathering.
Much fun. Hopefully, I'll be there this week.
So tonight on the Real Talk show, there's a special guest in amongst all the other special guests.
In amongst all the others.
Special guests.
She's unable to come down on Saturday, but our friend Anna Rothery, which is the former Lord Mayor of Liverpool.
Yeah.
I don't know whether she gets an actual title, whether you just have to keep just saying former. She became friends with us through lockdown, and we've still got to come up and do our visit to Liverpool at some stage. But she's going to be on the Real Talk show tonight. So anything that she was wanting to then say and meet us all on Saturday, she's actually then going to have a good discussion with Dee tonight. So,
first Black Lord Mayor of Liverpool. Yeah.
It's she's been in a couple of different documentaries as well because
Yes.
of
Yeah.
that. Talking about sort of like the Black. One was during Black History Month last year, I think it was, and then one of them been on early part of this year.
Yeah.
Something else, and I've forgotten what that was.
She was also highlighted in. I watched a program that was done by Will I Am, where he wanted to compare the journey of being black in the UK as opposed to in America, because obviously everybody knows what goes on in America. And she was on that as well, and she described about how she's got this big picture of this other black man who was a Lord Mayor that had been down in the doldrums, in the bottom of the in the cellar in the town hall, and she managed to get it all restored and put up. Yeah, it was quite interesting.
Yes,
Got away with her.
That was really
Kind of draws you in, yeah.
So she's going to be on there tonight, which will be, you know, like I said, in amongst the other guests as well, which are all special guests. But we have a real soft spot for the lovely Anna. So Anetta has asked a question. Yes, wink, wink at some point. Yes. We're already talking about it.
Anetta, my friend.
So, for those who want to know what she's asking, part 3 in a Life in a Lockdown series, that's our books. So if you have our books, or even if you have only book 2, you would already know about Anna, because Anna is in book 2.
In book 2, yeah.
But we have 2 books, and we are looking at doing a 3rd.
Yeah.
So
that
yes.
has to be. 3 is a magic number.
Yeah, Shelley's been the champion of the numbers from day one. I don't think we'd even put pen to paper. She's like, "Oh, I'm sure there's a book 2 here," and yeah. So,
and anybody who hasn't got, there will be some on sale on Saturday. So
yes,
you need to come down anyway, just to go and purchase the books, and we'll sign them.
There's quite a lot of authors that then be there as well, so you could then get all your signatures as well. But yes, 3 is a good number. We've had a big, like the beginning, the during, and now, hopefully, touch wood and everything else, we're now after. There's nothing else is now going to come from this point.
Don't worry. If anything comes, we will rise to the occasion.
Well, exactly, because there could be a book 4. Because if it just continues, then we'll have a book 4 then, won't we? But we might have a book 4 anyway, just because we can. So
yeah.
Oh, I like that. Just because we can.
Yeah, just because we can. Why not? Everybody else does. We can do that as well. So yes, we need to do 3 before we get to 4. But there's a plan. I don't think there was one, but there is one now. There's a plan. Maybe 5 is a good number.
Ooh.
What was 5 we called? Oh yeah, I suppose quad, because we've got trilogy, quadology. What would the 5th be? Pentology. Oh.
Okay.
And for anyone that does crafts or anything, you always do things in odd numbers. If I'm doing cake decorating and I'm putting flowers on the cake, for instance, you do a 3. You don't do a 2 or a 4. You do a 3.
4. Yeah, that's interesting actually, because whenever you go to a restaurant, especially like a tapas restaurant, you always get 3 spring rolls. 3 samosas, 3 this, and you're like, but why? So
that means that we need to go to 3 and then 5. Possibly to 5. Yeah. Because we can't stop at 4, so it's got to be 3 or 5.
Right. Well, I'm looking forward to 3 at any rate.
Just saying that we can have both.
Yeah.
So, just to wrap everything up then, Saturday. If you don't know what's happening on Saturday, where have you been? We are putting on our International Women's Day event on Saturday at the Hat Factory, 12 till 5. There's exhibitors, there are speakers, there is swishing going on. Is it just called swish or swishing? Swish going on. Period poverty to remember. Just one pack of anything, just bring them down with you. You know, and we'll all be there, obviously, and it's going to be fantastic. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. New venue, Hat Factory, we're excited about that as well. Get your tickets on Eventbrite, £5 plus the booking fee. It's going to be great. You need to come down. You need to come down.
Develop your inner FOMO. Turn it on now. Yes. That will get you out.
I'm just writing that down. Yes, develop your inner FOMO.
This is when having FOMO is a good idea.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah. So,
because if you don't come, you will miss out.
The thing to take away from today is develop your inner FOMO based on what's happening on Saturday. And tonight, Real Talk Show. 7:30? Yes, 7:30.
7:30, I thought it was 7. Okay.
7 o'clock, I think Anna's on there at 7:30.
Anna's on at 7:30. So it starts at 7. Nike's groaning. It starts
because I'll be at Taekwondo at 7:30, isn't it? So
you could have it in your ears.
Yeah.
So, Real Talk Show tonight, 7 o'clock. Thursday, Life in a Lockdown Zoom, 7 till 9. Develop your inner FOMO. You need to get down to the Hat Factory on Saturday. Just come and say hello. Just come and say hello.
Say hi.
You know? Yeah, come and say hi. I like that. Develop your inner FOMO. We're trying to, as a therapist, trying to encourage people not to develop that.
Well, that's what I said.
But today we are. Sometimes
it can be good, and I think we need to trademark that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because we've got inner.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't realise I put even inner like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we could put that on the inside. You know, where's the book? Where's the book?
Oh,
see, I'm just thinking ahead now. Just thinking ahead. So, in the acknowledgements, we could put that. We could say something along the lines around develop your inner FOMO, and that could go into the acknowledgements in the front of the book. This is the first bit.
Yeah.
Put it in there. It needs to go in there. There we go. Book number 3. It's on its way.
Wow.
You heard it here.
Forgetting about lockdown. Yeah.
So, hope to see everybody on Saturday.
Yeah.
Everybody. Men, women, the whole lot. Just come and say hello. Come and see us and come and enjoy the event. Any ending comments? No?
Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Just come down. Even if it's only for 5 minutes, like Cecile says. Because you can't come for 5 minutes. You'll come in, oh yeah, just popped in to say hello for 5 minutes, and then you'll be like, what's that? Yeah.
2 hours later.
Pieces on sale, yep.
Yeah.
Start having a conversation.
Right, so we'll see you all on Saturday. We'll see you this evening. Hopefully see you Thursday. Yep, see you later. Hopefully see you Thursday. But yes, if you need any info, go on to our page on Facebook, or just contact one of us, because you must know one of us. Contact one of us and we'll just give you whatever you need.
Indeed.
See you next week.
Thank you, everybody.
See you next
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.